Lori here. Today we are going to make a turkey wreath. So we're going to be doing a burlap turkey wreath. I saw this really cute wreath the other day on Pinterest and I thought I have to try that. So this is going to be our feathers. I found these at Hobby Lobby. Aren't these cute? I love this. Okay, so I will move the camera and we'll get started. Alright, so what we're going to use, I'm going to use one of the 14-inch wire wreath frames from the Dollar Tree. Some burlap. You can get this at Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Craft Outlet. We're going to be using this for the little feathers in the back. I'm going to use this for a bow, and we're going to give him a little hat. Now I'm going to cut this hat in half so that I can fit it on there, but okay, so let's get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our burlap and I'm going to go underneath my frame like this, and I'm going to start my first loop. What I'm going to do is put it under here like this, see right through. I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to take a zip tie and just kind of weave it in and out like I'm sewing it. So all I want to do is create my first little loop. Now you can do this with hot glue as well, but I'm just going to do this with a zip tie because I think it stays on a little better. Okay. There we go. I can just snip that off. Okay. Pull it up, and that's our first little loop. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the burlap and we're going to pull through and make the second little loop. So these are about, let's see how big these are, about 3 inches. So then I'm going to go through the third one and just pull it through and make another loop. So I want my loops to be the same size. See, I just have one loop in between 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is push those over. I'm going to come back up to the top and I'm going to pull through on the top. Then I will go and do the second. Just push right through. A kiss. Here we go. Okay. Now you want to make sure that you still are doing the same sizes. So I'm just going to pull it up, make sure it's the same, and then go through again. Here we go. And then we'll push that over a little bit, and this is what it's going to look like. So I don't want to tuck my ends in. I want them to be big and fluffy like this, because this is going to help make it look fuller, and when we get it all in, it'll help make it look like turkey. Okay, so again, I'll just go back up, pull through, make sure I have the right size loop, and then pull through the second one, like this, pull it out, and then do the bottom. Okay, and it's just that simple. So all you do is just pull it up and then push it over. So I can get usually 4 in each section, but I did want to show you, you're going to have a little bit like this behind. Don't worry about that, you're not going to be able to see it. And all that is when you're going from the bottom to the top and you're just pushing through again, it just makes that little loop back here. You can just ignore that. it doesn't make any difference. Okay, and I'm going to do the second one, just like this. Okay, and then the last one. And I'm going to do this all the way around. So, I just wanted to show you how I do it. I won't make you watch me do this whole thing. There we go. Then I'm just going to kind of refluff them, because I want them to be puffy and sticking out like this. Okay. There we go. And when you're going to a next section, you just do the same thing. Just go back up to the top, pull it through, go to the second, pull it through, make sure you still have the same size loop, go to the third one, and pull it through, just like that. So you have your 3, and you just push it over and go on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around, and then when I come back, we will make the bow, do the hat, and put on our feathers. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I've gotten everything in, and all I did on the back was tie off that last little piece with another zip tie. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hat and I'm going to cut it in half. And this is just a foam hat, so it'll cut very easily. Okay. So now I can save this half for another one. So I'll just put that away. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the hat in here. Turn a hot glue on. Our little feathers are going to come out like this here. Isn't that cute? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to make a bow. So I have these 2 really pretty ribbons, and I think they go together really well. Now the turkey I saw on Pinterest actually was all orange, but I kind of like this better. So I'm going to use my bow dabber. I just cut myself a piece of the bow dabber wire, about 32 inches, as I want to be able to tie it on the base when I'm done. So I just put it in this little slot right there. And then I will just take my ribbon. I'm going to do about a 4-inch bow. Like that. I'll just put it down in my bow dabber, and I will twist this second piece here and make a bow on that side. And I'll make sure they're the same. Whoop, that's a little bit long. There we go. Alright, so when I get to the other side, I will twist again. All I'm doing is twisting to get that pretty side to the top, and I'll go back through. Okay. So then when I'm on the other side, I have to twist it again. Come back through again. Okay, twist again. And that's all you're really doing, is going back and forth. twisting, and the reason that you're twisting is because you want to get that pretty side back up. Okay? I'm going to do 3 of each color, so I will just clip this off to that side. Okay? And I will go to my next color. I do want to put a little bit extra on the bottom just to make sure it's not going to come out of the tie. So, same thing, pull over, twist, pull over, twist. So one of these is a 1.5 inch bow and ribbon, and one is a 2.5 inch. So, okay, almost done. So, whoop. So this is the last one on this side. Let's see, do we have 3 on this side? No, not yet. Okay, so twist it. Bring it back across, put it down, cut. Alright, so now I have 6 little loops. I can take this wire that I put down. I'm just going to use it, pull it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to slide it around the back. And then I'm going to tie it as tight as I can. There we go. And once more. Okay, now I got that done. Alright, now I'm going to make a little tail. We're going to do 16 inches. This one. And this one. Because what that'll do is that'll make it 8 inches. So I'll just take these 2. I'm going to go ahead and cut my little detail. So I just fold them over. Whoop. We'll do them separately. There we go. Fold them over. Cut at an angle. Take this, fold it over. Cut at an angle. Okay, I see my glue gun's ready, so we're going to stop and work on our hat for a second. So, what I want to do with this hat is I want to put a little glue on it, on a ribbon that I've picked out. Okay. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on my hat. And glue it down. Just like that. I am gluing some in the back because I want it to be a nice, clean look. So, yep, okay. So I'll put a little bit more glue on here. Oh, I need a stick. There we go. Okay. All right. And I'm putting it on the ribbon and not on this foam hat because these foam things can melt sometimes. Ooh. Let's get that glue off. Okay. So now I'm going to let this sit a minute. Okay. There we go. Right. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very tiny little bow. Just like this. Okay. Just like that. Put these down here. Okay. Oh, use that. I just want to cut a little bit of my wire here. Okay. I mean, this is a tiny bow because I don't want it to be big. So I'll just use this gold wire and tie it off. This is just the same kind of bow you would make for a package. Just a very small little loop. Okay, there we go. I'm just tying it in the back so it won't come loose. Just like that. Then I will trim this off. Okay. Now I'm going to glue this right here in the front. Okay. So all I'm going to do is put a little dab of glue here. And then I'm just going to stick my bow right there. Just like that. Okay. I'm not too worried if I get glue in the back because I'm going to be using that to tie it down. But you see how cute that is? Okay. So I don't need that glue anymore, so I can turn that off. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our tails, find the center, pinch it, then I'm going to tie it in the back of our bow. We'll tie it on there twice so I don't want it to come off. There we go. Alright. Now I have a little extra here. So one thing I can do is I can make a little piece in the middle. And what I'll usually do if I'm going to do that is I will just stick a little dab of glue down here at the end. But what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull my little loops out. Get my bow pulled out. Then we'll put it on. We've got to make our little legs. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Then we'll just pull our little tails out. Okay. I'm going to tie this, not quite in the middle, but kind of close. Maybe like right here. Okay, so now we've got our bow together. I have this nice long wire, and what I'm going to do is I am actually going to run this wire through one side here and the other side through the other side of the wreath, like this. Try to get it as close to the middle as I can, like there. Whoop. And then what I will do is I will pull it around where I've got it a couple of times so I can keep it in place. Okay. All right. Without crushing my bow, hopefully. I'll fluff it back up. And then I'm just gonna tie it off. Alright. So now I'll just pull my bow and just kind of refluff it. Okay. There we go. Alright. Got that done. Alright, now I want to put my hat right up here. So I'm going to put a hat up here like this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go on the back of this. I'm going to take my little hole punch and I'm going to just make a little hole here and here. Okay. And right up here. So you don't want to make a big hole. Just a little one. Okay. Now I'm just going to take some black pipe cleaner. Just run it through that hole. I'm going to twist it off. And the reason I do that is because I don't want to be pulling on this hole and break it. So if I twist it off, that kind of helps keep it in place. Alright. Actually, I have some burlap color. I think I'll use that. So it might blend in a little better. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now you could glue yours in, and that would be fine. I just tend to like to do this because if I end up selling this wreath, then I'm assured that it will stay attached. Because in the South where I live, sometimes things that are glued on will fall off later. So if I sell a wreath, I want it to last for years. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I am actually going to stick this pipe cleaner right through this burlap on either side of the frame, because I want the frame to hold it down. You see there in the back? I'll just twist it off like that. I'll do the same thing up here. I'm just going to try and go on each side of the frame. Okay. And just tie that off. And what I'll do is I'll come back and I will clip these and hide them underneath. Okay. So I'll just do this side. Okay. So you see right here, I'm just putting it in between. And then, when I tie it down, you won't really see it. See? Then I'll fluff all this up around it. And I have one little piece left to tie off. And we'll have the hat done. Okay. All right. I need to finish tying this off so it won't come loose. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. So now, all we have left to do is the feathers and feet. And this is what we're looking like so far. Isn't that cute? Okay. So now, let's do the feathers next. So what I'm going to do, this comes in a bunch of 3. I'm going to pull them apart like this. Okay. And then I'm going to put them back together and just kind of twist these around each other like this. All right. Like this. I want to use both of them. So, there we go. Now, I want to make sure that I have a pretty good amount and I don't have any little spots that are showing. So I'm going to put them all together. Make sure I have a good amount like this. Okay. Just like that. Alright, now I'm going to take a little floral wire. Wrap them together. I'm going to wrap them a good amount. Okay. There we go. Then I'm going to take some of my orange floral tape and just wrap it around because I don't want you to be able to see that. Just kind of gives it a nice finished look. There we go. Alright. We're going to put these right in here. Oh, that's so cute. Alright, so I've got that done. And what I'll do is I'll run some more pipe cleaner through the back of this and I will tie this down right in here. Actually, I think it might look better if we go right underneath the bow. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, so we'll come back to that in just a second. Let's make the feet. Put that there. Okay, so I'm not sure how the person did the feet, but I thought of a couple ways you can do it. One way is to use this wire that comes with these little leaves. It'd be pretty easy to do because all you have to do is have, so this right here would be part of the foot. Let's see if I can get this off. Okay, like that. And then bend this in half and look at there. Just like that you have the legs. So I will take a little bit of my floral wire and I'm going to tie these together so they won't come apart. Now I'm going to wrap something else around it, so I just want the wire to help hold it in place, like this. Okay, there we go. We have one leg. That's so cute. Alright, I want them to be the same, so there we go. Bend that. Okay, cut it off about right here. Alright. There we go. Bend this in half and tie it down with wire. Okay. Okay. Now we'll wire this one in place, and then we can cover it. Put it on. Oops. I didn't go around it. There we go. All right. Doesn't have to be pretty because you can just cover it. Now, if you don't have something like this wire, another thing I thought of is you can cut little sticks and glue them together. Because what I'm going to do is I am going to take pipe cleaners, a couple of different colors. So I'm going to take orange, black, and brown. Okay, all three together. And I'll just start off by twisting it together. I want to put a little bit like up at the top because I want to have something to tie onto when I get to my base. And all I'm going to do is wrap this around the legs, just like this. Now just wrap it around. That. Let's go on to the next one. Take the next three. Twist them together and then start wrapping it around. And I'll just go all the way down, and I'll go down each leg doing the same thing. Okay, like that. So I'm going to do each one of these. I'm going to do each little leg and the top, of course. So I will work on that, and then when I get back I'll show you how I'm going to tie this on and how I'm going to tie these feet on. And then we'll have our turkey. He's going to be so cute. I'll be right back. got my little legs made. Aren't they cute? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and I'm going to tie it around this. Here. I'm just using a couple so I can make sure it's very secure. Alright. Now, I'm just going to take this, move my bow up, and I want to run this right through here. I'm going to push this through as much as I can get it through. Then I'm going to use this to tie it around. There we go. There. Then I'll just move it, get it in place, put my stuff around it to cover that. Fluff my bow back up. Anytime you do anything like this, you're always going to have to keep refluffing your bow because it'll move. Alright, so that's where we're at now. I'll have to work on this a little bit. I'll have to move these around and make sure I get this covered. What I could do, I don't really like that. Let's take that off. I don't like it that way. Alright, so I am going to tie this. If you go back here, I'm going to tie this onto the frame here. I will come back around and tie it with a few things. Where? So what I'm trying to do is kind of hide it underneath the bow. So, like this. Like that. So what I'll do is I will come back and I will tie this down a little bit more. I just wanted to show you how I'm going to tie it down. But this is kind of heavy, so I will probably have to tie it down several times. But I want to make sure it's in a good spot so that the bow covers anything over there. That's so cute. Alright, so now the only thing we have left to do is to put our little legs on. So you just want to find the place that you would think legs would naturally go, like right here. Make sure they're facing the right direction, and I'm just going to tie it right onto the frame, and I will twist it around several times to make sure it stays in place. Okay. Like this. There we go. Okay, and the same thing with the other one. Let's see. That right here. So I will go back and tie this one on the frame. Whoop. I'm going to tie it on both sides to make sure it stays in place. So, if I have any trouble past that, I will come back and I will put a little glue on it to keep it where I want it. There we go. Alright. So we got our legs on. Look at there. Okay, so let me put my camera up here so you can see. There we go. There is our turkey. With little legs. Oh, the legs are so cute. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. You'll have to let me know what you thought. I'm going to tie this bow down a little bit better, but I wanted you to see how I would tie it down. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you thought, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I will be back again soon. I have several more plans, some Christmas. I know I'm going to be doing some Christmas trees, and I will be doing a snowman. So I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.